9.3 parallel lines and transversal. I can identify and evaluate parallel and transversal lines.
Thank you, Sophia. So I can identify and evaluate parallel and transversal lines. Can you?
Yes.
Oh, good. Parallel lines. Two lines that never what?
Intersect.
And the symbol for parallel would be two vertical lines. Sorry, I'm going to use green. Green's my video color. Perpendicular lines. We actually didn't do much with perpendicular lines, you guys, as far as our notes when we got down to our actual second main idea here. But perpendicular lines would be two lines that intersect and form all right angles, right?
Yes.
Does that make sense what I just did there?
Yes.
The little right angle symbol goes in each of the four parts. So perpendicular lines, all right angles. Corresponding angles, they are in the exact same, they have the exact same measurement and are in similar positions. And transversal intersects two or more lines, right?
Yes.
This line right here, we said, and this line right here, we said are what?
Corresponding.
Because they're in the similar position, and they have the same measurement, right?
Yes.
So does this look like an obtuse angle?
Yes.
Does this look like an obtuse angle?
Yes.
Okay, and then this angle right here is above line B, and it's to the right of transversal A, right?
Yes.
This angle right here is above line C and to the right of transversal A, right?
Yes.
Therefore, it's corresponding because they're in similar positions on two different lines, right?
Yes.
Cool. And corresponding angles are always equal. All right, the power of a transversal. When a transversal crosses parallel lines, special things happen. So when a transversal crosses non-parallel lines, so let's say we have this. Those are not parallel, right?
Yes.
And then we have a transversal cross it. Do special things happen?
No.
But if we know that line A and line B are parallel, then special things start happening, right?
Yes.
And right here it tells us line A and line B are, we use the symbol parallel, right?
Yes.
And then we use our coding here, our black, red, green, and blue. And the black mark right here and the black mark right here signifies corresponding angles, right?
Yes.
Are they in similar positions?
Yes.
And are they the same measurement then?
Yes.
And then do the red lines look like they're in similar positions?
Yes.
Do the blue lines look like they're in similar positions?
Yes.
And so on and so forth. You get the idea, right?
Yes.
Okay, let's move down. Number 9. I just gave you the blue angle measurement. I gave you 70 degrees, didn't I?
Yes.
Were you able to get the rest of them?
Yes.
We use corresponding angles. Why is this one 70 degrees? Why is this one 70 degrees? Why is this one 110?
Straight angle.
Because this is a straight angle. We already know part of it's 70 degrees, right? Okay, cool. You get the idea there. And then we went down to number 10, and then we said alternate interior angles and alternate exterior angles are congruent, and it's just easier to explain things. Because remember this, you guys said angle 1 and angle 5 are what?
Corresponding.
They're corresponding, which means they're congruent, right?
Yes.
Okay, is angle 7 the same as angle 5?
Yes.
So then is angle 7 also the same as angle 1?
Yes.
But that's hard to say, right? You would have to say angle 1 and angle 5 are corresponding, angle 5 and angle 7 are vertical, therefore angle 7 is congruent to angle 1 because angle 1 and angle 5 are corresponding. That's a lot of words though, right?
Yes.
So we said, well, there's some special ways to say them. We can use alternate interior angles and alternate exterior angles. So let's just talk about interior angles first. Interior angles are always inside the, and exterior angles are always,
Outside.
so exterior angles are always out here, right?
Yes.
And then when we say alternating, what are we alternating over top of?
Transversal.
What's this line called again?
Transversal.
So if we're talking about alternating interior angles like angle 4 here, what's another interior angle that is the exact same as angle 4?
6.
Does angle 4 and angle 6, do they alternate over top of the transversal?
Yes.
Are they both interior angles?
Yes.
Do they both look like they're acute angles?
Yes.
So angle 4 and angle 6 are congruent because they're alternate interior angles. That's all you need to say. Angle 3 and angle 5 are congruent because they are also, angle 3 and angle 5, they're also alternating congruent angles. Yes, no?
Yes.
I'm sorry, alternating interior angles. And then back to this example, I'm going to change colors here. Angle 1 and angle 7. We already said they're congruent because angle 1 is corresponding to 5, 5 is vertical to 7, and 7 is congruent to 1 because 1 and 5 are corresponding. That's a lot of words again, right? But instead we're going to say 1 is congruent to 7 because of? Isn't that a lot easier? And 1 and 7 are alternating the transversal, and they're both on the outside of the parallels, right? So they're alternating exterior angles. Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay, just for fun, since we didn't do much with it, what kind of lines are those?
Perpendicular.
Take out a piece of paper and a pencil.